This segment is sponsored by AdvantaClean. Well, it's been raining like cats and dogs the last couple of weeks, and some of the water got into your home. The folks at AdvantaClean can help you dry out. Here with more is Mario Colangelo. How are you, sir?
Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
You know, an abundance of rain, a lot of rain is kind of an understatement. A lot of people are needing to have their underneath their house, if they've got crawl space, they need to have this taken care of. What do you guys do? Let's first talk to the folks that are watching what you folks do at AdvantaClean.
Sure. First thing we do is I do an assessment on what the true needs are of the home. So we've been getting tons of rain the past couple of weeks, astronomical amounts. It's been ridiculous, and the ground around people's homes get really saturated, really squishy. If it's really squishy directly around the house, probably need some gutters and get the gutters to take the water away from the home. If it's squishy all around and you know 10, 15 feet away from the house, then we're looking at something different, probably some sort of drain system and a sump in the crawl space, something that'll capture the water instead of letting it sit there and we can pump it back out. Once that happens, keeping moisture out of a crawl space is an absolute must. What happens when we have moisture issues in a crawl space, things start to grow, unhealthy things can grow and affect people's health.
And that's one of the big problems right now, is that can start to grow and you might not notice it for 6 months, a year, maybe even a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden you and the wife, the husband, the kids seem to be sick more often, and it's from all of that growth, that mold and mildew that's underneath the house. And it actually goes up through the flooring, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. Your house breathes from the ground up. It's called the stack effect. It actually pulls what's happening in the crawl space. Up to 50% of the air you breathe and your bottom floor is coming from the crawl space. So if you have things growing in the crawl space that are unhealthy for us, you're going to start having some health effects. A lot of times the first indicator that we see from our homeowners is you have the buckling floors. Your wood flooring starts to ripple and buckle, and that's really easy to see. That's one of the first things I look for when I go and do an inspection in a homeowner or in a home, is look and see what's happening in the floor, and I can point that out to the homeowner and then find out exactly what's going on.
Because a lot of times, if underneath the house, crawl space we're talking about, underneath the house, if it was continuously dry there, you more than likely wouldn't have the buckling of the floor. But if you have continuous moisture, that moisture is really just rising, and it goes into the wood and makes it buckle, doesn't it?
The wood actually absorbs that humidity, that excess humidity, and it makes the wood poof out. And then it's like putting a paper towel in a cup of water. It will expand. So
we're seeing some of the video of the work that you guys do. Tell us what, I mean, this is some tedious work that you guys get underneath the house, and you basically hermetically seal the bottom of the house. Is that right?
Yeah, we don't allow any moisture at all to come in from how the wood sill sits on top of the masonry. We seal that up completely. We seal up all the vents. We put a 13 millimeter thick liner across the ground. We wrap all the piers, and then we install a dehumidifier that we can control the humidity on. We install that permanently in the crawl space. It never comes out, and whenever the humidity gets to a level, the machine will turn on and suck it all out, and we can pump that to the outside of the house.
You're showing a house. It looks like there's several feet of crawl space. And I would advise the people that are watching, if they say, well, I can get underneath my house. I've done that before, not that much, but it is some really difficult work, and that was 30 years ago when I was doing it. It is really tough.
So the video that we just showed was in a crawl space that was 3 or 4 feet tall. That is very unusual here in the Lowcountry. We're talking 18 inches to 2 or 3 feet. And it's a nightmare. Do not get in your crawl space, homeowners. Call the professionals. This is not a do-it-yourselfer type of job.
Real quick, you guys have been so busy. You still have two slots for new employees.
I do. I have 2 full-time positions that I need to fill as soon as we can. We've got so much work with all this rain we've been having. Love to get you on the team and talk to us.
Mario, always a pleasure, my friend. Give these folks a call. They do a wonderful job. We're back in just a moment with more Lowcountry.